Rightio, so back home, and I apologise for the voice. Basically, we went to go and have a chat with Larry about this car that he got hold of, and basically he has this car, and it's it's actually a movie prop from a film, and it looks amazing. The downside is it's not going to get here for a little while. So for the last few days we went to auctions, we've been to a couple of festivals, and my voice is shot to bits, and I'm really sorry if the quality of me is worse than what it is, but as you can see, we're getting busier. This is good. So we picked up these two cars from an auction, and the reason why we bought these two, and it's a really weird story, but basically both these cars have exactly the same engine. So this is a 703 HP, and it's a supercharged engine. And then over here we actually found another one in a Holden effigy. Of all cars that we saw at the auction, we saw this, and it's another 703. And it was like, holy crap. So we're going to basically plow through both of these and do an engine comparison at some point to see which one's faster, because obviously we could go with the Charger or we could go with the effigy. It comes down to pure power at the end of the day, so that'd be an interesting one to do. But we also got a deal. As we were coming home, there was this guy, he had a for sale sign outside his house, and it was just hey, I'm trying to sell off my cars, I'm looking to retire out into another state. And it's okay, cool. So he sold us this, and he said it's been sitting around for about a year, and the quality was good. It was covered up with a nice tarp and everything, but we're missing body panels and everything else. We did a couple of scans to it and actually found that most of the parts are, in all honesty, a little bit inadequate. So we're going to have to go through this whole car, and we're going to do this up. And this is our project car. I didn't even know these existed. So when we bought this, he just said, well, it was a rare model. He picked it up in early 2000s, and it's literally just been sitting in a puddle the whole time. The only thing is the seats, amazing quality. It's brilliant. But this is a V8 Super Tech Mark III. I have never seen this engine set up before, and I'm going to be running through this as well. So that's a future project. We're going to get that restored, but this is our main focus today. We're going to get this ripped apart, and we're basically just going to build it all back up. And I mean, we didn't spend too much on this. We only spent 44 grand, and I'm expecting an Oldsmobile like this to be hitting 100k. So we're going to take all the rest of this apart, take the engine out, gearbox, everything. We're just going to clean it up, and we're just going to look for a quick flip, basically. That's what we're going to be doing with this one today, and hopefully it goes to a really good, nice home. I mean, apart from the engine sitting for a while, there's bits on it that are a little bit degraded. It's actually quite a solid car. We're going to get all that straightened out by Steve. Detailing will be done by Danny. We'll get Jeff to do the engine on this one, because we're not going to spruce it up. We're not going to do 3-star parts. We're just going to put bog standard engine back together. Just going to make sure it all works solidly for whoever's going to buy it off us. So that's the joy in the video for today. The Oldsmobile Classic is what we're going to be working on today. Let's get into this now, because there's a lot of work to do. I'm Hybridsteel. I run this ragtag garage where we fix and restore all cars, shapes and sizes. This is Rusty Nut's Garage. Okay, so now we need the engine crane. We need to lift this bad boy out, because this is a bad boy. We're going to chuck this on the engine stand. Jeff's going to get his hands into this one and basically just look over the whole engine. I think we just need to do a mass strip down and then work on it from there. I know there's probably a few bits of repairs that we need to do, but thankfully this car's pretty much complete. It's just, yeah, it's a little bit ropey in some places. There we go. So that's all good. Right. Next, we've got to rip the interior out, because obviously we're doing a full restoration. I love the wood panel on this one. There we go, down to frame. Okay, so where's my work stuff? There's one. Right, so let's just get them prepped. So that's Steve and that's Danny. Cool. So I'm going to get Steve to go off and do this now. He's going to straighten the body check out, and it's going to be all good. So I'll leave him to his devices. When the car comes back, we'll get Danny to do the interior, clean all that smeg up, put all the chairs back in, put all the undercarriage back in. We're going to go and repair. We've got to do the engine. We've got a lot of work, but it's going to be an easy fix. This one is going to be good. It came in solid. All we've got to do is just, clean it up a little bit, and everything will be just peachy and fine. Yo, Steve. Can you take the Oldsmobile to body, get that all straightened out, get the frame in, and then when you come back, come and tell me, and we'll get Danny to do the interior, clean all that up, okay? Awesome. Cheers, man. Thank you. Okay, so whilst the car's out the shop, I'm going to sit here and go through all the repairing parts and bits and pieces, because this is, as said, it's not ruined, and most of these parts should be salvageable, so we should be okay. Hopefully, we'll be alright, and we won't have to spend too much on this. I'm hoping for around a couple of grand, let's put it that way. Alright, so doing all the repairs in-house is cheaper than going off to buy parts. We all know this, and at the end of the day, it saves us money going through all this stuff. Alright, cool. So everything that's going to be on this list now is everything that's normally perishable. So fuses, exhaust pipes, tie rods, just anything that's really going to have like problems. We did manage to take the bodywork out of the shed. We have got that here, but we'll see how much we can repair, and then we can see if we need new. One thing we're definitely going to be doing is we're going to be lathing the brakes off. Now, they're actually not in that bad condition, so we're just going to smooth them off and see if they meet the grade. If they meet the grade, we can carry on using them. If not, we'll buy a new set. That's completely fine. At the end of the day, we're just keeping this as cheap as we can. I need to make money on these ones because it's an investment. Oh, the car's back. It's up on the lift already. Look at that. I didn't even hear him come in. He must have just sort of like... He must have seen that I was busy and just kept it going. I'll have to try and find Steve later. Okay, so I've got to get Jeff to do that, but that's just another day. Right, let's have a look out. Oh, that came out really nice. Look at it. Look how straight it is. This looks so cool. Right. So as you can see, you know, we've still got a little bit of dirt on the inside. It just needs cleaning up. Obviously, because we're going to be buying new chairs, new steering wheel, new bench. All this has to be cleaned before we put those stuff in. So I'll get Danny to clean this now, and then we're all good. Where would Danny be? Oh, he's probably in the toilet. Yo, Danny. When you're finished on there, because I can smell that out here. First off, use an air freshener, because that is absolutely disgusting. And secondly, can you clean the Oldsmobile? We need to get this started to prep, so we need you to clean the interior, okay? Look, I know you're having at this precise moment in time, but whenever you can, all right? Cheers. While we're here at the moment, because we've got to wait for all the parts to come through with the shopping order, we've got to do that as well. We're going to get Jeff to strip down the engine, and then everything we can start putting it all back together. I just hope Danny gets out the toilet fast enough, because Jeff works really fast on these. All he literally has to do is strip it down, clean it up, put it all back together. And he's really, really fast at it, so it's all good. Okay, so as you can see, we've basically redone the entire bottom section of this car. The axles are back on, the suspension's back on, brakes are all done up, they're all back on. Tyres, they're on their way apparently. It's the joys of having COVID-19 and all that joys of, well, the crud that goes with it. We're waiting for those to come through. We're waiting for the interior because that's just been ordered from the guys down the road. We're actually using local suppliers for this. And when it comes to the body panels, they all straightened out nice. We just got to wait for the glass to come through on that as well. Then Jeff is now stripping down the engine as we speak, and we've got to go through that, you know, basically just make sure that everything in that is working. Worst comes worst, we have to order a few more parts and just get it all tweaked down. But so far we've saved ourselves quite a bit of money by doing it all in-house. Obviously the bits we've had to order are just like consumables anyway in a car, you know, like bulbs and plastics and basically bearings and all the stuff that normally just wears out. Thankfully we have a good restoring team here, but at the end of the day we have like a decent team that works really well. So I'm going to go off and see how Jeff's doing with the engine, and then from there we get to put it all back in and, you know, maybe flip this car for a pretty profit. I'm hoping. And as you can tell, the voice has still not come back yet. Let's go. Alright, so that's all stripped down. Jeff did a fantastic job. We actually only have to replace, like, as said, the things that wear out, things like the piston with con rods, the piston rings themselves, mainly just things that are they're going to wear out over time, spark plugs and wires and things, which basically means we saved a ton on the main block, the engine heads, the solid pieces of metal, which is all good. So this build actually so far isn't actually costing us a whole lot of money, which is really nice to see. So we need to put all the engine back together now, and then we need to ship it over to the car, and then we need to start rebuilding. So it's all good. Thankfully, we've done all the suspension and everything else. That's all been like knocked on the head nicely. The guys are just having a cup of tea now. And yeah, we're going to finish the engine and then we're going to go for it. And that is not too shabby. So there we go. We have our brand new restored engine. I mean, it's not obviously brand new. Some parts are brand new, but obviously some aren't. So we're going to take this, we're going to hulk it over to the car because it's all prepared and ready to go. Gonna drop it in now. Here we go. All of that all good. Boom. And then we can put this away. So the car is looking really clean now. We've straightened the body, we've done the interior, we just need to put the seats back in, we need to refill all the liquids, and then we're getting there basically. So the interior we went with was basically the same style as the one that we took out of it. Just it's all cleaned up, it's nicely done by the guys down the road from us at Custom Chairs. That's all they do down there. They literally do custom benches and stuff for cars, and they're doing all right. So we decided to keep an eye on them. We're going with them as well for like future projects as well. So it's nice to always like keep local and make sure the people around you are taken care of as well. All right, cool. So the wheels did turn up as well. We've so we got the rims, and we went with the original Firewheel tires. The suppliers were quite nice enough to get them down to here, so we're going to put these on now. We've got to get them balanced and put them onto the car. So the plus side to this car is when we took it apart, we found this little note in the dash, and it was from a guy called Rick Sanchez, who was, I suppose, probably the original person who actually owned this car before we got a hold of it. And it said, you know, take care of this car, hope it lives long for someone else to have, make sure it's all good, and paint it royal blue. So yeah, we're going to be painting this royal blue because of what the paperwork said. Rick Sanchez is the reason why we're doing this car. So I'm going to put it through the test path now. We're going to do the wheel alignment and the headlight alignment, and then we're going to take it over to paint. That's the headlights aligned. Now we're going to paint it. I know I'm doing this in the wrong order. Nice and sharp, man. Nice and sharp. I think we put the big tyres on the front, didn't we? So I figured out why it was so tight to get the tyres on. I mean, thankfully they sort of rolled over, but yeah, the reason why they wouldn't come off is because I put the wrong tyres on the front and backs. So the 265s are supposed to be on the back, these ones are supposed to be on the front. Right, there we go. So we've put the wheels on. We put them in the right section now because I had to change them back over because I put them on the wrong axles. Big wheels at the back, small wheels at the front. That's how it should have been. I screwed up. So as you can see, paint work's done, the engine's done, the liquids are done, everything's done, and it looks like a genuinely amazing car. Now we've got to go and put this on the dyno just to make sure everything's aligned properly and everything is good. So here we go. One big test going on. 600 horsepower. This should hit but just standard 600. Sounds like we were strangling a cat in a teapot. It was all good. And there we go. How nice does this look? So we put an ad in the paper, this car is out on the lot, and we just had someone phone us up for an order. So I've just got to go into the emails to find out how much they offered for us. That's not bad. They're offering 97 grand for it. We picked it up for 44. We've done some work to it. Literally all we did really was we basically made all the stuff that needed to be renovated done to 100%. No special mods, no special tuning, just made the car look pretty. And look at it, condition bonus alone, we got 20 grand. That's the bonus they're giving us because the car is such an immaculate model. So we're going to chuck that in now. So yeah, going to sell that off. 97,000. For the next project, Larry's on holiday for a couple of weeks after this, so I'm not going to be able to get a call from him. I won't be able to get access to the scrapyard. So I'm sort of glad we picked up this Honda Civic. As said, this has got like a unique engine I've never seen before in any car. So I think this is one of those proper custom builds you'll never ever find, you know, like 1 in a million chance. And I was one of those lucky people to get one. So we'll stick that together at some point. I'm looking forward to renovating this, and you know, if you are interested as well, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates. And hopefully my voice will be better by then, because it's just shot to bits right now. But thank you very much for kicking by. I'll see you all later. This is Rusty Nuts Garage and this is Hybridsteel. If you want to hit some more, hit the like, subscribe, notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do over here. So peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. I'll see you all later. Boom, fist bump to you.